Dr. J and welcome to the Playthrough. Today we're going to be reviewing a new game from North Star Games. It's called Most Wanted. It hasn't been released yet, but we've had an opportunity to get a copy of it and play it, and we're here to tell you a little bit about it. First, let's go over some of the rules of the game. It's a really quick game that you can play with lots of people. It plays 2 to 8 people. It's kind of like a party game. If you like party games, then you might really like this game. The way it works is you have this deck of cards here, and it's just a bunch of poker cards. There's like 4 decks of poker cards in here, except they don't have the numbers 2 through 5. And everybody gets a 5-card hand of cards. And there are these different stations that you go to. So everybody takes a turn, and you just go around the table, each person taking a turn. And on your turn, you look at your 5 cards. I'll do an example here. So I'd have these 5 cards in my hand, and I could go, say, to the Pony Express and say, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing the Pony Express. And when I say that, if you look here at the top, it says 2 cards. So anybody who wants to can get in on this hand with me. So I have 2 aces in my hand. It's a great time to go to the Pony Express. I say, I'm going to do the Pony Express, and I say, who else wants to get in on this with me? Everyone who wants to puts down the 2 cards that they have that are the best, and then they flip them over. I have 2 aces, so I would have a really good shot at winning this particular hand. Everybody's going to have a character. So, for instance, when I played the game, I played as Dino Mike. They have these little character sheets over here for each person. There's nothing special about it. They just kind of give you a little bit of an idea of the hierarchy of poker hands if you're not familiar with poker. You don't need to be in order to enjoy this game, and it's really fun for all ages. So when I played with Dino Mike. You all start down here at the bottom. If I win this hand with my 2 aces, then I get to go up 2 spaces on the Most Wanted track. The Most Wanted track is kind of like, it's a fun little thing where you have these Most Wanted posters and you're trying to be the most wanted person, hence the name of the game. So I'd move up 2 on it. I'm now on the board. The other players wouldn't be on the board just yet. And then the next person will go, and we'll just go in order. So the next person might go, and they might choose to do the stagecoach, and they would pick 3 cards instead of the 2 for the Pony Express. And if they won in that one, and I decided to get in on it with whatever cards I had for my hand, and they had a better hand than me, then they would move up 3 spaces because that's the reward for winning the stagecoach, and I would lose, so I would have to go down 1. See, if you see these green money bag signs on the side, this is how many spaces you lose if you lose a hand. And then, so this is a basic setup for the game. They have these other cards down here. If you're wondering what these are the things that really kind of change the game. So there's like this card here that's a duel. You can choose to duel somebody else. If you win, you're going to go up on the track and they're going to go down on the track. You can go to church. This was one of our favorite ones. We thought this was very clever. You can go to church and you draw up to 7, so you can have 7 cards in your hand throughout the game. And then there's a small deck of other cards, and if you see over here, that's what the travel guide is. So this is the setup for a Las Vegas trip, and then you start with, you have Denver, you've got Las Vegas, and it just tells you the different scenarios and the different ways that you set up the game board. The rules are very simple. We've basically gone over everything there's to say about the game. We'll give you some of our thoughts on it. Oh, there's one other very important rule. If you look at the hand that I played earlier, the 2 aces, if I decide to play that and somebody else plays a hand, if I play a hand of all aces and someone else plays a hand of all 6s, see the 6s have these cool little gun symbols on them, 6s trump aces. And so there's a little bit of a balance that kind of adds to the game. So you can't just save up your cards until you have a bunch of aces and expect to win every hand. So that kind of throws a little bit of an interesting kink into the game. It's kind of fun, but that's Most Wanted, and stick around and we'll tell you a little bit more about how our playthrough went. Thank you for joining us here on the playthrough. If you want to hear our discussion about this game, just click up here on this little box, and make sure that you subscribe to our channel if you want to hear more about other games that we're going to be talking about in the future. Thanks.